Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are we all doing today? So this is a re-recording of the first class. We've already had the first class, but since we had two new students who haven't been here for the first class, so I'll just record it over again. All right. So hi everyone. My name is Amara Jonathan. I am your instructor for the cybersecurity class. So first thing, your name, on the group you put in your name, what you studied in school or what you're currently studying in school, what you're doing, what you're currently working as, and then what made you interested in cybersecurity. What was the thing that said that the cybersecurity, I want to do it. You understand? So you put that in so that we get to know each other. So my name is Amara Jonathan and I study computer engineering in school. I'm currently working as a cybersecurity engineer. And what made me interested in cybersecurity was the fact that it was just always very intriguing. In fact, what the glam lights for me was the whole hacking stuff. I watched a Japanese movie in secondary school, and the guy's code name was Falcon. And I was like, I want to be a hacker. And I realized that there are many more things to do in cybersecurity than being a hacker. You get, but like it was actually really nice. It inspired me, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes, and it's taking me places. So yeah, so please don't forget, put on the group your name, what you studied, what you are currently doing, and what made you interested in cybersecurity. So the outline is we're going to just take it very easy today. This is the introduction to cybersecurity, the importance of cybersecurity history. We have some discussions and then some assignments. So introduction to cybersecurity. What does cybersecurity mean to you? Like when you think about cybersecurity, what have you heard about cybersecurity that made you say, okay, all right, this is what cybersecurity means, you understand? And have you heard of any recent cybersecurity incident? Has something happened among your friends, among your family, among the people that you know that made you just say that, you know what? This is a cybersecurity incident, and this is one of the reasons why I should actually learn about this. So, a very recent news, or it was a recent news, a very popular download manager called Free Download Manager. I don't know if you guys know, like people use download managers a lot where you want to download something from internet. Download manager makes it faster for you to download what you want to download from internet. So a lot of people make use of download managers. And we realized like just September 2023 that this particular download manager has been compromised for about 3 good years. So it was compromised for 3 years and nobody really knew, right? And so the malware was designed to steal passwords, other sensitive information from the compromised system. So this is one, at the time of class was one of like the major cybersecurity incident that happened at that time, because a lot of people made use of download managers, right? Almost everybody makes use of download managers, and all of a sudden realized that, oh, for 3 years this thing was actually compromised and nobody knew, that kind of thing. So, in terms of cybersecurity, what exactly is cybersecurity? So, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction. So, basically, cybersecurity implies protecting. You want to protect something. What exactly do you want to protect? You want to protect data. You want to protect somebody's personal information. That's data. You want to protect like a secret. You want to protect something that should not be known to a lot of people. You want to also protect networks. What are networks? Networks are how computers connect to one another. Again, so you want to protect, let's say in a company now, you have your company network, you have all the devices in your company, they communicate with one another. You want to communicate, you want to protect that communication medium between your staffs to ensure that an outsider does not have the inside gist of your company. An outsider does not have, like, when you are planning like your business proposals, you want to bid for a particular project and all of that, you want to ensure that that information is secured. So that is securing networks, and then securing systems. So securing things like your server, right? Every organization store their data somewhere. So in an organization, people generate videos, they generate documents, they generate all these things. But all the things that you have, your documents, your PowerPoint slide, your videos, your recordings, you have to store them somewhere. You understand? And if you're a financial institution, other people's information like their username, their passwords, their stuff like that. It has to be stored somewhere. So protecting system entails that you are protecting things like your servers, your databases, your personal devices like your PCs. If the company gives out phones, your smartphones and stuff like that. The goal of cybersecurity is to protect systems, networks, and data. And what are you protecting these things from? You are protecting it from number one, unauthorized access. Unauthorized access in the sense that you don't want someone that does not have the rights, does not have the rights to access this information to access it. So let's say you are a road construction company and you want to bid for a particular road project. You don't want your competitors to have access to your bidding information, what like your personal advantage, your company's advantage that you can use to win this contract. You don't want your competitors to have access to that information. That is to ensure protection against unauthorized access. Then use unauthorized use, somebody should not take your information and make use of it. Unauthorized disclosure, like so you find out something about you and go and post it on Twitter, you understand, and then when I'm dragging you, your family, everything now. Unauthorized disruption, so you don't want there to be disruption of service. If you are a financial institution, right, you are one of these banks and your customers, at every point in time somebody always needs to transfer something, right, to somebody. So you don't want your customers to not be able to make use of your system. That's disruption. You understand? Disruption of services. All of a sudden they'll say, SL is not working today. Oh, MTN is not working today. Oh, what is wrong with UBA? What is wrong with Zenith Bank? All these kind of complaints. Like you want to prevent things like that. And the next is modification. You don't want someone to go and change the information that you've put out. You understand? You don't also want to go and change the information that they have kept there, right? And the last one is destruction. You don't want them to destroy your data. You don't want them to destroy your network arrangements. You don't want them to destroy your systems. You understand? So basically, cybersecurity just entails protection. So when you think about cybersecurity, just think about protection. What are you protecting? You are protecting systems, network, and data from what? You are protecting them from unauthorized access, unauthorized use, unauthorized disclosure, disruption of services, modification, and destruction. I hope that's like clear. I hope like this message is entering. So the next point is cybersecurity involves keeping three important things safe in the digital world. Number one, you have a digital asset. So this means safeguarding valuable stuffs like your personal information and important data. Your personal information, important data like your cryptocurrency, intellectual property, that's where we have all this copyright and the rest, and critical things that the organization use, such as your system and your network. So you are protecting your digital assets. So what is important to the company? Your cryptocurrency, things like your computer systems, your computer networks, right? Those are your digital assets. Then the next point is protecting data. Number two is that you have to keep your data safe. So what is data? Data is basically everything. It's the heartbeat of cybersecurity. It includes from personal information to financial information to trade secrets. So data is more of like your home address, your credit card, your NIN, your secret identity number, all those things that are meant to be kept secret and that are supposed to be accurate and are supposed to be available to you anytime you need them. We need to keep those things safe. So that is protection of data. And the last one is privacy. Privacy is the right we all cherish, especially online. Cybersecurity means protecting your personal information and making sure no one uses it in the wrong way. So the goal is to protect your personal information and ensure that people don't use your personal information the wrong way. You understand? It's like, for example, now, let's say someone has access to your financial details, like your NIN, your name, your median, your mother's median name, all those things, and now go ahead and borrow money on your behalf. That's, you don't want to have your personal information and make use of it in the wrong way, or go and post your information on Twitter. You understand? Those kind of stuff. So why do you think that cybersecurity is important? We've talked about, oh, what exactly is cybersecurity? What exactly are we protecting? You understand? So the next point is, why exactly is cybersecurity important? So number one, protection of sensitive data. So cybersecurity safeguards sensitive information such as personal data, financial record, intellectual property. Without proper protection, this data can be stolen, leading to privacy breaches, identity theft, and financial losses. So one of the major importance of cybersecurity is to protect sensitive data. What are sensitive data? These are things like your credit card number, your PIN, your password, your personal information, your name, your birthday, your financial record, your medical record. Those are sensitive information. Not information that you don't want it to be known to the public. You understand? And this information can, like, when this information are stolen, it can lead to things like identity theft. Someone will create an account and put all your right credentials, and there's no way you can dispute it. It's your information. It's your information. So this is telling your identity to do nasty things, or to request for money, or to beg for money, or to bully somebody, do cyberbullying. And if they're coming to arrest anybody, it's your name, it's your email, it's your NIN. So it's going to be you that they're going to arrest. You understand? So another thing is, when data is stolen, it can lead to data and privacy breaches, like where there is a breach of privacy, and can, in some cases, it can lead to financial losses. So the goal, or one of the goals of cybersecurity, is protection of sensitive data. Number two is prevention of financial loss. So cyber attacks can result in significant financial losses for both individuals and organizations. So when you think about cybersecurity incidents, when a cyber attack happens, right? Especially when it comes to ransomware. So ransomware simply means that the data on your system, or the data on your laptop or your system, it's encrypted in such a way that you don't have the encrypted key. And for you to get your data to not be encrypted, you need to pay a certain amount of money. That's why it's called the ransomware. So they take hold of your system, they encrypt it and demand for financial exchange. So you need to pay some certain amount of money for it to be able to access all your information again. You understand? So that is financial loss. Just imagine you are a company, you are trying to grow your reputation, you're trying to grow, like, you can grow your business, and somebody comes to get your business and say, no, for you to be able to do your day-to-day activities, you must pay a certain amount of money. And if you are someone, an organization that don't really back up, you understand, you will end up losing finances, you get. And also when it comes to, like, let's use bank services for example. Let's say a bank service was hijacked, right? um the customers will go and find another person, they'll go and find another bank, say, ah, this is not serious, let's go and find another bank. You understand? And you will lose money. Like, even if you're not paying the attacker money, you are going to pay the cybersecurity personnel that are going to help you solve your problem. You're going to also lose finances, in terms that your customers or your clients can leave you, abandon you, and go to another, a competitor. You understand? So that is how, why cybersecurity is important, because it can help you prevent financial loss. Then we have safeguarding business continuity. Cyber attacks can disrupt operation, causing downtime and financial setback. Cybersecurity strategies include disaster recovery plan, and ensures business continuity by minimizing the impact of disruption. So basically, with cyber security in place, it can help minimize business disruption. So continuity of business simply means that when something happens to your business, let's say one of your servers got breached, let's say you got attacked by ransomware, you should have a plan that will help you be able to recover. You understand? That's called disaster recovery. So when something happen, you should have a disaster recovery backup. You understand? A disaster recovery backup plan where you can recover your data, even though you will not operate the business in full, but at least you can still be able to operate the business one way or the other. Then the next point is protection against reputational damage. So this is very important, especially here in Nigeria. If you get breached, everybody will start looking at you with side eye. Everybody look at you with one eye. There's a particular bank that I think they got breached, and people were like, let me get rid of my money, oh, let me get rid of my money, oh, before they use my money, they use go and settle the attacker. You understand? Everyone's like, let me get rid of my money, oh, me that don't have plenty money, we like small 20K. What do you know 20K to go and settle attacker? Me that don't want have. You understand? That kind of thing. I say, with my small 500K, with my small 1M, my small 2M, I beg go, let me remove this money before they use my money to go and settle attacker that is calling 50 million naira. You understand? That kind of thing. Like, so everybody will just be like, well, let me remove my money. And that's how you are losing your reputation is going. And so your reputation is reducing, and people will not trust your business anymore. So with cybersecurity, right, when you put cybersecurity in place, it helps to maintain a positive image and to allow customer trust, because you will hardly get what's the word? You will hardly be part of the people that are trolling online. That's like you will hardly get breached. You understand? But I mean, no system is 100% sure you get, but at least put all the plans in place. Yeah, no system 100% sure, but don't be a liability. Don't let your organization just be there without any sort of protection. So the next one is mitigation of legal and regulatory risks. So many law and regulations require organizations to protect sensitive data and report security breaches. Non-compliance can lead to legal consequences, fines, and damage to organization reputation. So with cybersecurity, it can help to mitigate legal and regulatory risk. So we have cybersecurity organizations or cybersecurity bodies, and what they are in charge of doing is to bring out requirements that every organization must adhere to if they want to run a certain kind of business. So cybersecurity bodies give financial institution their own regulation. Okay, if you are going to be handling certain details of customers that has to do with their credit card and everything, you need to ensure that you follow this kind of security procedure. If you are going to be handling customers that have to do with their health, there is a very sensitive information, you need to follow this particular procedure. You get, so that is the point. So if you implement these cybersecurity procedures, it will prevent you from explaining story. You understand? So if the body finds out that they are not adhering to these processes, they will fine you, they will give you bill, come and pay. You understand? Come and pay money. You get, so this is one of the reasons why cybersecurity is important. And we have defense against cyber threats. So where cybersecurity is important because we need to defend against cyber threats. Cyber threats are things like malware, phishing, ransomware, and all those kind of stuff. So with cybersecurity in place, we can defend against all these threats that are happening to an organization. Then the last one is national security and critical infrastructure protection. So with cybersecurity, a nation such as Nigeria, such as the US, can protect their national facilities, things like the grid, things like their water supply, all these things like the dam, right? With cybersecurity in place, you can protect a nation's infrastructure. You get. So business attacks. So in 2022, Los Angeles International Airport was attacked. So this meant there was disruption in the flight information in that sorry, the Los Angeles International Airport lacked experienced a cyber attack that disrupted its flight information display system. So the attack that happened disrupted the flight information system. What would have happened? People's flights would have been delayed, people would have complained, it might even have been sued, you can never really tell. In 2021 again, another airport, you understand, got attacked and it disrupted the service for several hours. Like I think this one was it 24 hours or so, 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, everything was on hold, no flights were going out, nobody was coming in, everything was on hold, you understand? And then in 2020, the Frankfurt Airport experienced a cyber attack that disrupted its passenger check-in system. So when passengers need to check in, there was a cyber attack there. And all these things, what will happen? Your business will be delayed. There's nothing you want to do about it. Like your business will be delayed. You get your own best bet is to try and see how to solve the problem as fast as possible. The national infrastructure. So in 2021, the colonial pipeline, a major pipeline that transports gasoline and other fuel along the east coast of the United States, was shut down by ransomware attack. The attack caused a widespread fuel shortage and cost the company millions of dollars in ransom. So basically, a company that handles their gasoline transportation experienced a ransomware, right? And what happened with this ransomware? It didn't just affect only the company; it affected the some US places at large, because there was now a widespread of shortage of fuel. Not because there is no fuel, but because the whole system has been confiscated. So there was a ransomware request. So everything was encrypted, and they're like, okay, you have to pay some certain amount of money for us to be able to release this stuff for you. So it costs the organization and it costs individuals in the US as well. Then the next point is in 2017, the Sodex virus was used to attack Iranian nuclear facilities. This virus caused significant damage to the facilities and delayed the Iran nuclear program. So now think about it, like we've talked about cybersecurity, we have been hearing the wave of cybersecurity recently. Is it a new concept? Is it something that just started? Is it that okay, we said that okay, we have laptops, we have computers. I think the next thing to do is cybersecurity. You understand? Is it something that is just a recent discovery? All right, let's go. So our story begins with the birth of computers. Decades ago, computers were enormous machines that filled the entire room. Back then, the concept of cybersecurity was in its infancy because computers were isolated and not connected to the other world. So the way it was that computers were like very big machines like this, and they filled up the room. The whole room was filled up with computer, and you're not really connecting two machine, one machine computer to another machine room of computer. No, every computer was standing on its own at the beginning. Then as computer evolved, so did the idea of networking them together. So as computer was evolving, the idea that okay, let's start networking these computers together, let's be able to connect computers together. The emergence of the internet in the late 20th centuries marked a turning point. Suddenly, computers could communicate with each other globally. So remember I talked about the fact that okay, there were large machines in a room, right? They couldn't communicate with each other, but now they are now able to communicate with each other. When the internet came, with the internet came the first cyber threats. Cyber security viruses like Morris worm in 1988 caused chaos spreading through interconnected computers. This event highlighted the need for cybersecurity measures. So Morris worm happened around that period of time, and it was a worm that passed through computers that are connected together. So if let's say we have like computer A, computer B, computer C, computer D, let me draw something. If we had like A, we had B, we had C, we had D, and then we had E. So if B is connected to A is connected to B is connected to C, and C is connected to D, and D is now connected to E. So what happened was that A had the worm and A spread it to B. B now went and spread it to C. C now went and spread it to D. D now went and spread it. So basically, a lot of computers got affected. It's like a lot of computers got affected by the worm, and e now raised an eyebrow. Oh yeah, oh, this cybersecurity stuff. Let's put measures in place. So as the rise of e-commerce grew, as e-commerce grew, so did cyber criminals' interest. In the 1990s, we saw an increase in hacking, credit card fraud, prompting businesses to adopt cybersecurity practices to protect online transactions. So when cyber e-commerce is when you go online like Jumia, Konga, Amazon, Kiniko. So as they increased, right, we saw more cyber threats happening. We saw people doing credit card frauding. We saw people calling and doing phishing a lot. So this that meant that okay, if you have like an e-commerce store, you need to implement business strategies, cybersecurity practices rather, to protect your online transactions. So what are some of the milestones? So in the 1995, um the first firewall was created. So the development of the first firewall is a critical cybersecurity tool and help protect network from unauthorized access. So in 2000, we have the proliferation of malware. In 2000, witnessed the explosions of malwares with viruses, trojans, spywares, all those things became apparent, became prevalent, right? So in 2003, SQL summer worm, so the fast spreading worm disrupting internet services, highlighting vulnerability of interconnected system. So this was when like they were saying, okay, now if we connect systems together, so this is how this worm spread. And we just realized that okay, there's so much vulnerability in networking, there's so much vulnerability in connecting systems together. Some notable attacks are 2007 Estonian cyber attack, and we have the 2010 Stuxnet one. So we need to read about them. Like these attacks are attacks that you need to study, do your research, understand oh what happened during this attack. Okay, how did it come in contact with who was the first point of contact of this attack, and how was it mitigated. These are very important things to learn about like your cyber attack. The more you learn about cyber attacks, the more you become more aware of what is going on in the industry. So let's talk about Morris worm, right? So we talked about how like at the beginning we talked here where we said with the internet came before cyber threat, which was the cyber virus, computer virus like Morris worm. So this Morris worm, so this is where the Morris worm is being held, right? The first spread of Morris worm, right? So the Morris worm was a computer worm that was released on the internet in 1988. It was the first major cyber attack to target the internet, and it infected over 6,000 computers within 24 hours. So within 24 hours, the Morris worm affected over 6,000 computers. Can you imagine? In just 24 hours of 6,000 computers. The worm caused significant damage to computers and networks and system, and it cost over like billions of dollars in damage. And to be fair, like it was not intentional. This Maurice guy, it was not an intentional it was not something intentional. He was trying to test something and then things went out of hand, you understand. But this is it. You can create a virus unintentionally, really, you can. So basically that's what happened. It spread a lot, like it was spread 6,000 computers in 24 hours. Like how many computers were there in those days? In 1988, how many computers were there? How many computers were around that up to 6,000 got affected in 24 hours? Ha, that's a lot. So all right, so we're going to have like some discussions. How can a cybersecurity breach damage an organization and reputation, and why is this significant? So think about it, right? How do you think that a cybersecurity breach would damage the reputation of an organization? So are you aware of any laws or regulations regarding cybersecurity and data protection in your region? Nigeria, I think we should have our GDPR. Right? We should have our NGPR or something like that. It's for um it's for it's for data protection. Yes, data protection. So when you want to fill a form or something like that, every person that's asking to fill a form, which it's supposed to be standard, right? But some organizations don't make it standard. They are supposed to comply with the GDPR policy. This time because they are taking people's information. It's all about data privacy. You understand? Then, do you think historical cyber incidents still have relevance today? Why or why not? So we talked about Morris swarms, talked about Stuxnet, talked about all these things that happened, the SQL worm and the rest. So do you think that those cyber incidents that happened like years ago, that happened in the 1980s, that happened in the 1990s, that happened in the late 2000s, do you really think that do you really think that those particular incidents are still relevant today? And why do you think they're relevant? You understand? And then can you name a few ways in which cybersecurity affects our daily life? So in your life that you are living, like when you wake up in the morning, how does cybersecurity affect you? When you go to your social media, do you think that okay, my social media account is it secured enough? You understand? I want to transfer money to somebody now. Am I sure that this bank app I'm using is secured enough? Like has it come to your mind that okay, if they hack me now, let's say somebody has access to my email and they hack me now, how can I recover? You understand? How can I recover? All those kind of things. So yeah. So if you do you have any question? Do you have any question? There's a link. I'm supposed to put a link. All right, I'll put a link up on this slide. By the time I upload the slide, the slide is already uploaded. I'll just edit it and put up a link right here where you can ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your questions. For the new guys, feel free to ask your questions. I think I'll try and hold like a face to face an actual meeting where we sit down, talk, do introduction and get to know each other a lot better, you get. So these are your assignments. Do research on the recent cybersecurity attack, make sure it's a reputable source, and give one page summary and also state why this is relevant to this class. Then read and summarize in your own word Morris swarm attack. All right, thank you very much. Do have a very wonderful and nice day. Bye.